Well, good morning. It is Saturday morning. I don't even know the date anymore. We'll figure that out. Oh, it's 21st. I'm sorry. It's Feast St. Matthew. Just celebrated that this morning. Just sitting here at the end of the runway at Plankinton Regional. A little sarcastic for those that you might not know. This is a little grass strip just southeast Plank. We're going to depart from here. We'll try and take a little bit of video on the departure. We're going to fly south. We're going to go over Horseshoe Lake, and then we're going to follow Horseshoe Lake all the way back up to Whitefish Lake. If any of you wonder, why do we do this? Why do I do this? Why do I do this as a local Catholic priest? To let you know that Jesus Christ is present in all of our joys and in all of our sufferings. He is with us in the midst of all this sorrow. And he sees the great example of all those that have been very courageous and sharing their gifts and talents with others in the midst of their difficulties. Extending themselves in some measure of his own extension is self-emptying, his what we call kenosis. I think that came through very well, his kenosis, his self-emptying. So we're sitting out here in the middle of kind of a bean field right next to the gravel road there. Let's do our run up here. This is a 1946 Cessna 140. It has a 85 horsepower Continental engine on it. Recently overhauled by Central Cylinder Service in Omaha. By recent, I should say, several hundred hours ago. One little drop on our carb heat. And it comes back up. We're going to have a little check our left mag. Not much of a drop. That's pretty normal. Try our right mag. Not much of a drop. That's pretty normal. Pretty normal for this plane. It's well maintained. It's well taken care of. We've got excellent mechanic on it. Interesting note, when you're doing this run-up, you can't have more than a 75, have more than a 75 RPM drop and no more than 100 RPM between the two readings. So if your first one didn't drop at all and the next one dropped 75, that's going to be a bad deal, and you shouldn't go flying. Our field elevation here is about 1,600 feet. For here in this flying, it's just really pretty much trying to match the ground elevation when we come back. So on departure, we'll have the radio set to pick up local AOS, and that's what you'll be hearing on 124.17. We're going to just check the squelch here. That should be about the level of our radio. Okay, here we go. This is a tail wheel. It does not fly the same way as a tricycle gear does. It's got tail wheel in the back, so you pick up the tail, and then get up to speed, and then you do it all over again. You lower the tail, and it gets a little angle of attack, and the plane starts flying. Here we go. They're lined up at the runway. Bring her up to full speed. Brakes locked. Off we go. So most of the work right now is in the pedals. You can see the ailerons are turned all the way into the wind, which is coming off from the west side. Starting to check our airspeed, all the while looking all the way ahead. Not the awesomest takeoff, but pretty good, I think, considering the crosswind.
Celsius. Altimeter 2976. Remarks. Density altitude 2,700.
Mitchell Municipal Airport.
Automated weather observation 1515 Zulu. Wind 240 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 22 Celsius. Dew point 17 Celsius. Altimeter 2976. Remarks. Density altitude 2,700.
Mitchell Municipal Airport.
Over there is our water. So we're going to fly right down to Stickney, because we got our wind in our tail. We got wind on our nose. Trying to fly, not think, if that makes any sense to y'all. Fly first. They aviate, navigate, communicate. So obviously my communication skills in my brain are getting trumped by everything else. Why I want to go take my headwind all the way down to here is that when I come back along Horseshoe Creek or Horseshoe Lake and the surrounding, I'll be able to have a tailwind, and that way those of you that really don't want to pay attention to any of this other conversation will be able to just, it'll go by faster. I'll try and post this to YouTube, so, you know, if all you want to do is just look at it, you know, don't be afraid to scroll through, turn your playback speed to as fast as possible. That's 2x or 3x playback speed, and just kind of enjoy the sights. It's really all this is for, to help you kind of make a point of reference as to how much moisture there is out here in Aurora County. Those of you that are looking from afar, it's been wet here, as you probably know. I'll just kind of go side to side here for a little bit. So we are now sitting at 1,000 feet above ground, which is a good cruising speed or altitude. So I'm going to have to hold this. We're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're back here, and just south of Stickney now. We are just east of Stickney. I'm not sure where all this rain or this moisture flows to. This flows south or west or north or what, but there's a lot of moisture over there. I'm going to try and pick up some of that, and then we'll just follow it back. It is just terrible wet. You see anyone that's afflicted or affected or effected here, whichever way you want to describe it, feel free to help them connect with us. This video is getting pretty long already, about 8 minutes, so I will probably pause it or stop it at 10 and restart. So it'll probably be a two video passage. 2 video series. Like I said, communication is the last thing I'm doing. I am trying to keep my eyes out, and you know, just in case there's any birds that want to say hello, get a little close, you usually try to steer away from them. You say that someone's a pilot of a vintage aircraft. This doesn't quite make the antique break. If it was in 1945, it'd be classified as a antique, but we're at 46. This plane cruises at about 105 miles an hour, so it's no speed demon. Still faster than driving, of course. Like we got a work trailer, mobile work trailer moving somewhere. You locals will know that this intersection is your Aurora Center Road. Turn on our GPS over here. This is a vintage, my friend. This GPS. Let it get warmed up. It does pretty well. I can give you actual ground speed readouts. You're looking for a very funny ground speed readout commentary. You want to check out, I think it's Brian Scholl's LA speed check with the SR-71. About a 5-minute video. Incredibly hilarious and really kind of a demonstration of our technological advantages there. Okay, we are at 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop this one and start another one.